So I ran town with Volkswagen. That was a job I did right before I started this. And one of the guys, when I started there, he's still down there, Stefan. He's one of the top salesmen in your group. You guys may know of him. He's selling 18, 20 cars a month. So I don't need you. I'm the top guy here the last 8 years. And I said, well, we come to training anyway. Well, we tripled his gross. He sells 25 to 30 cars a month still, but we tripled his gross. So he was selling cars, but that's only one part of this deal, isn't it? I want to sell cars in a way that people will pay fair money. And I want them thanking me for it when they leave. I want to service cars in a way that people go, they're happy with it and they keep coming back. So if you want to do more than sell cars, if you want to sell cars and earn a professional paycheck, and if you want to do that in a way that customers are happy with you, you have a plan. You just can't show up and be a good guy and work hard like I did. You'll make money, don't get me wrong. It's funny, I trained this one dealer group up in Lafayette. Great group. I ran into the GM. He's a young guy. Really liked him. He talked me into coming up there to train. I didn't really want to drive up there, but I really liked him enough to do it. Anyway, he says, how's this going to work? Because most of my guys have been in the business 20 years or more. And it's true. He's got 15 people, I'd say over 60 years old. Many have been there. Guess who loves the training the most? In fact, they said, I've been a career salesman. I've made a living my whole life. I'm looking at this training thinking how much money I left on the table my whole life. Right? So we're going to bring you those success principles. So we've got 1 service, 2 service, 4 sales. What time we got? Is it our time? 9:31. 9:31.
Morning, guys.
So this is Eric Peterson, also ex-Tomwood alumni, was a GM at Tomwood Toyota. He's our regional sales manager, if you will, account manager. This is Chris Fairchild, my partner. Chris is a professional car salesman, a dealership I was training live. Loved the training so much, he used to ask his wife to come to class. He asked, can I get my wife to come to class? She doesn't sell cars or anything, but he thought she could benefit. She'd come to class. And then I said, I got to turn this into something bigger than me live because I'm only one man. And he said, I can help you put this platform online. So we began to work, I don't know, 2.5 years ago on putting this platform online, and that's how the Excellence Roadmap was born. And so now we go into dealerships live somewhat, but our really push is to cover the country with our online training. It's super simple to use and effective. As a matter of fact, when you go through the training, one of the things you probably go is, well, that makes sense. Isn't that true? But you hadn't thought of it before, because when I discovered these things on my 30-year journey, I thought, well, that makes sense. Why did I think of that? Well, you don't know what you don't know. It's amazing. I was playing tennis. I was doing a pretty good job, in my opinion. My wife and I were hitting the ball around. We thought we were pretty good, so we joined a tennis club. And we joined it, and we said, hey, let's take a lesson, right? So we're really enjoying this game. And the pro's watching us from and say, hey, you hit the ball pretty good. And he goes, well, who taught you to hold your racket? And I'm like, I did. It's I'm a natural athlete. Kind of picked it up. And he goes, well, you're holding it all wrong. So anyway, the bottom line was, he shifted how I hold my racket. He says, you're not getting enough top spin is why you hit the ball long all the time. And you won't get it the way you're holding the racket. You see, I could have practiced for 10 years with the wrong grip and never been able to play as well with that one adjustment. How would I have found it? I don't know what I don't know. Isn't that true of all of us? So we're here today to help you learn what you don't know. We want to give you an advanced course, a crash course. We're going to cover 2 things today. It's kind of weird having sales and service together. Doesn't it seem weird? Why not?
Because they go hand in hand.
Yeah. Isn't there a sales service connection? So we sell them a car, spend a couple hours with them, maybe a couple visits, and they buy a car. But how many times do they visit service before they come buy another car? At least every 10,000 miles. What happens if in service they don't feel valued?
They'll usually go somewhere else and they'll start to change their opinion of the sales as well.
Yeah. If we lose the loyalty in service, we may lose the loyalty what? In sales. So are we interdependent? We are. Also, service takes great care of people. A lot of those people come up and never bought and do what? Buy from us. The other thing that we have in common is We're both salesmen. We call service advisors advisors, but the truth is you do what? You sell. I'm going to give you a definition of selling because selling is not a four-letter word. I'm going to give you the definition of that so you can understand. I'm going to give you a job description. We're going to show you a path. And today we're really going to focus on the beginning of the sales process. Selling is just connecting lead and closing. That's all it is. It's very simple. And if you have these tools, your job will be simpler. You'll be more effective. You will make more money. And you will have that healthy pride that comes from doing a job with excellence. Does that make sense? So we're going to start off with this. We're going to watch a little training video. I want you to watch this. Make notes if you want to. I gave you some note sheets there. You can make notes anywhere you want. So what's George saying here? What did he just say? About sales and service. What's the vision? Both are going to screw you. Isn't that kind of how, before you got into car industries, maybe a little bit of your perception? You know, every single sitcom I've watched, I love comedies. I love Seinfeld. But going all the way back, Designing Women, going way back. King of Queens did a great episode on buying a car. There have been parodies on buying a car, making fun of the car salesman, and service forever. And it's well deserved. Isn't that crazy? I'd say that. I'm a career car guy. 33 years I've been doing this. I'm 34 now. Crazy. I started selling cars when I was 21 as a way just to get back to college, never look back. This is the best kept secret in the world. The better you are, the more you do, the more you make. This is an awesome industry most people don't know. But can I tell you something? The ugly secret is 90% of salesmen and service people are never trained. Could you imagine? Landscapers. I just need you to go out and take care of the lawn. How? Well, don't worry about it. You're a good person and you work hard, right? There you go. Here's the machines. Go. How would that work? You can't even take care of a lawn without training. I got more training at Kentucky Fried Chicken to cook chicken than I did to sell cars. Isn't that crazy? So now you have a bunch of people who want to have a great career, who have well-meaning, they work hard, they're good with people, but nobody gives them a career path, shows them this is what a good job looks like. As a result, you have constant turnover, and what's that do for the quality of the experience for the buyer? Right? So that's what we're here to correct. Service people are the most ignored. I'm dead serious. Now, manufacturer has some training on the product, and they've actually tried to do some training on selling, but it doesn't prepare you for what you need to know. They've got a different view of selling. They basically want you to be clerks handing out information. What do I want to do? I want to help this customer buy a car. They came in to buy a car, and I want to guide them through the process until they feel comfortable buying a car, right? All right, so there's a connection between, if you look at your guys' notes, we're going to walk through these notes. I gave you some, these are informal. You can make notes on. We're on page 1, Introduction to Excellence, right? And we want to reverse this trend is really what I'm saying. We want to reverse the trend, and I want to show you some of the principles of success in this first half of training. The second half, we are going to actually walk through some life skills on how to connect to the buyer really quickly, whether you're being in service or whether you're being in sales. Cool? So first thing is, you didn't start this job saying, I'm going to see if I can do okay. What'd you start this job thinking? I'm going to be the top salesman. I'm going to be great, right? I want to make this work. I want to be excellent at what I want to do. So we're going to talk about excellence, right? And the principles of excellence. Let me just tell you the first thing about excellence, that excellence begins where? Right? So if you want to draw on your paper, you could draw a little thing that says like this, that your thinking, the way you think, will drive the way you act or react, and the way you act or react will create your what? Results. So what if your thinking is bad? Your thinking comes from your experience, your education, and your environment. Your experience, your education, your environment. What if your education is incomplete? Your experience is incomplete, and your environment wasn't all it should be. Isn't that true? Where's your thinking going to be? Right? So what we have to do is think right in order to act right. That's what we're here for, to help you see things correctly, because we don't know what we don't know. Thinking is another way of saying your attitude. The number one asset you possess is the ability to control your attitude. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. Would you guys agree? You can't control anyone else, but you can control who? Yourself. Now, we have a saying that attitudes are contagious. What's in your mind will be in the buyer's mind, the customer's mind. So if you think wrong, what's going to happen? Yeah, that's why we send you out, and service should be getting them too. We'll make sure you guys are on there. We send out Monday morning Motivational Mondays to remind you to take control of what? We call them Students of Excellence videos or Motivational Monday. We're reminding you to take control of what? Your thinking. Suggestion, every day when you wake up, thank God for the day. Get up and write 3 things you're thankful for. Everybody's got things to be thankful for, right? And when you walk around America, what's most people talking about? What they don't have. What's wrong. Everybody's focused on the 10% instead of the 90%. You know, coming here today, behind a bad driver, we could say people be crazy and people drive crazy. True? And we can say, oh, I can't believe how people drive. But the truth is, this one bad driver in front of me with her phone that kept me looking, the light turned yellow and I couldn't go through. I passed thousands of other cars. But I didn't say, thank God those thousands of other cars drove well. What would I focus on? The one. You guys see what I'm talking about? You got to decide where to put your thoughts. You got to decide. Nobody can do that for. So principles that drive success. One of the biggest things is thinking, your attitude. And these are things that are blown up. We have a YouTube page, Automotive Sales Coach. You can find these videos. These principles are blown up in there for you to go because I'm only going to touch on these principles today. We don't have time. These are whole classes, but your attitude is important. Let's talk about excellence. What is excellence? What is working with excellence? This is a principle of success, is that you seek excellence. In fact, it's our logo, seek excellence, right? What is excellence? Let me tell you what it's not. It's not perfection. What is it, right? So we were listening to the Bulls opening before some train the other day, and one of the guys was reminiscing about the days of the Bulls and the championship run and stuff like that. You know, Michael Jordan was excellent, right? Did he make every shot? Andrew Luck, he's excellent. Does he complete every pass? Right? So what we define excellence is this: doing everything you can, everything you do with all your heart and all your might. Simply put. Do everything you do with what? All your heart and all your might. In other words, give it your all. Everything you do. Talking to the band I travel with, I'm like, leave this place better than you found it. That's what excellence is. Pick up after yourself, right? That's the simplest way. Mama said it, but isn't that true? Excellence is being aware of the impact you're making around you and to do everything you do with all, right? And excellence is not comparative. I can't say I'm better than you, so I'm excellent. What a terrible comparison. The whole world is trying to get you to compare yourself to everybody else. It's such a mistake. Here's what I'm going to tell you. All you can do is compare yourself to you. Examine all men, but examine most of all yourself. Am I doing everything I can to live with excellence? Am I a benefit to the people I see every day? Yes or no? And if you're not, right, figure out where you failed, and tomorrow wake up and do what? That's what, I love the night because I can wake up tomorrow. It's a do-over every day. As a matter of fact, in this industry, I want you to quit thinking about months and quit thinking about weeks. I know we got a board tally for the month. This is a day-by-day business, and life is a day-by-day business. Every day you have a chance to be better than you were the day before. Excellence, people that are seeking excellence, wake up in the morning and think, what can I do to be better today than I was what? Yesterday. You can learn from your mistakes, but don't dwell on them. Move forward. Figure out how to correct them and try not to step again. You're never going to be perfect, but you can pursue being better. True? This is a principle of success. And if you adopt it, you make it your philosophy. I'm going to run after excellence 1,000 miles an hour. No matter what you get into, you will succeed. All right, let me give you the 3 that I love from the guy, Truett Cathy. Do you guys know who Truett Cathy is? 2 first names? Chick-fil-A. Well, I've been studying the principles of success for over 30 years. I've been studying. I wanted to be, it was all to fix myself, not anybody else. I just wanted to be better. And so how do you get better? You know, when I wanted to grow muscles, I bought Arnold's book. You want to grow muscles? Buy the guy who's got muscles, right? Don't have somebody who's skinny tell you how to grow muscles. Arnold. Here, I've done it. You can do it too. And it's true. Got the book in 7th grade. By 8th grade, I looked like a totally different person. He said, do this, and you can have that, right? Truett Cathy came out and talked about the principles of success in a way that encompasses what everybody talks about. Lombardi, John Wood, going all the way back to Solomon. What's it take to be excellent? He capsulized it in 3 things. First thing he said, you got to have the desire and drive. If you don't have the desire and drive, right, what's going to happen? Solomon said it this way, a worker's appetite drives him. Nobody can drive you. You need to drive you. Is that true? People can make you comply, but they can't get you to soar. If you want to soar, it comes from where? Within. So you got to have that desire and drive. And hopefully we've got that. And that desire and drive is for what? To work with excellence. To be the best I can be. Not to beat you, but to beat me. Be better today than I was yesterday. That should be my desire and drive when I wake up. I'm going to be better today. I'm going to seek excellence today. All right, now it gets more complicated. You got to have the desire and drive, but you need more than that. You need to develop the know-how. You got to develop the know-how. Now, let me give you this list of know-how. You need to know what to do. You need to know why to do it. The know-how is encompassed in these things. What is the know-how? What to do. Arnold said, okay, you want arms, you're going to do a bicep curl. And then in his book, he's a genius. He described how the bicep, most people forget the bicep is what? Because it's 2 muscles. So he would have you stand in the mirror and watch your muscles so you could see how they're reacting. He didn't just tell you what to do, he told you why it was important. And then he showed you how to do it well, all the way down to this. Here's how many reps and set you should do for your first 3 months, right? He gave you what we call a success model. So you need the what to do, you need the why to do it, and you need to be shown how to do it well. 3 things: what to do, why to do, and how to do it. You know what we would call that? Showing you what a good job looks like. You need to know what a good job looks like before you can do it. Would you guys agree? What to do, why to do, and how to do it. Now the 4th part of develop the know-how is turning that what, why, and how into skill. We call it can do, right? So, okay, Dave showed me today how to build relationship and trust with my buyer quickly. I understand, I know what it is, and I know why that's so important, and he showed us how to do it, and then you walk down there and you never practice it, what's it going to look like? So you got to turn your knowledge into skill. True? We have this tough time sometimes with seasoned salespeople. We bring them new tools, and they're phenomenal tools, but they don't practice them. And as kind of compare this, I play bass, and I play in a band, and we'll learn a song. I'm a good bass player. I can play whatever I want. We were listening to Rush on the way in. I play almost every Rush song, right? But how did that happen? I can't just hear a song and start playing it, can I? First, I got to learn it, and then I got to what? Practice it over and over until it becomes automatic. When we're on stage, I don't think of what I'm playing. Why? Because of preparation. Developing the know-how is preparing to succeed. Preparation is the key to excellence. There's no shortcut. Everybody wants the silver bullet. The silver bullet is you. You taking personal responsibility for your own wherewithal. What is your wherewithal? You know what to do, you know why to do it, you know how to do it, and you can do it. Does that make sense? Our training is about giving you that. As you see through the Excellence Roadmap, we're going to go through, every time we train, we're talking about those things, aren't we? Like the welcome step has, I don't know how many videos in, just the welcome. There's a lot of, for a step that's really a minute long. Why? Because we don't want to tell you what to, we want you to understand what's happening. We want to prepare you to do it well. And students want to, we don't want to just shut up and do what I'm telling you to do. Trust me, it'll work. I'm not working under that. We're going to definitely show, here's what to do and here's why to do it, and let me show you how to do it well. Now it's up to you to develop what? The skill. It's on you. Now the 3rd thing, Truett Cathy said, he said, you got to have the desire and the drive. You got to develop the know-how. And number 4, you got to freaking do it. What was Nike's slogan? Just do it. Now that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You got to do it or nothing happens. I've taken friends to the gym, like, hey, help me develop a workout program. I want to get in shape, I want to lose weight. So I spend all this time helping develop it, and then they'd what? Don't do anything. Or they'll buy a Soloflex or an exercise bike or a Nordaflex, right? I'm going to get in shape. And there it is in the basement 60 days later with clothes hanging on it. The machine doesn't make it work. You got to make it work, right? Og Mandino, and the greatest salesman that's ever lived. You guys are the greatest salesman in the world, it's called. The greatest salesman in the world. Highly recommend you read it. It's not just for salesmen, by the way. Og Mandino, I know it's a weird name, O.G. Mandino, said this: no map, however detailed, has carried its traveler even one step of the journey. Isn't that what we're saying? No map, however detailed, has carried its traveler one step of the journey. So no matter what we show you, what to do, why to do, and how to do it, it ain't gonna work unless you do it. Now, here's the tough part of the car business. Let me tell you what it is. You're not gonna be forced to do it. Oh, they're going to get you to comply with stuff, right? There's going to be certain things they'll make sure you do. Your paperwork won't be right, or they'll throw it out of the office, right? There's certain things. But in truth, the process, the Google map for taking a buyer and turning them into a loyal, excited, loyal lifetime customer profitably, those steps, people aren't going to really know. Are you doing a great vehicle presentation? Nobody's going to really know. Did you ask the trial close question? Nobody's going to really know. What is your service walk like? Nobody's going to really know. So if it's not about you, if acting isn't a part of how you vision yourself and the respect you have for self, it's not going to work. And most people can't manage themselves, so they fail. Can you manage yourself? That's the question. If you can, you have unlimited opportunity here. Unlimited. Trust me when I tell you. I wanted to go back and get my accounting degree. I started selling cars. In the first 6 months, I already made what I'd get with my degree. I'm like, why would I do that? Right? At 23, I was already running a sales department. There's unlimited opportunity for those who what? Decide to seek excellence. For those who decide to seek excellence. I got to tell you the truth. My head's up, my legs up, I think, on the other people in the dealership was my experience with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's weird to say, but when I was in 7th grade, I was a skinny, tiny kid. I wanted muscles. Dad brings me one of those Sears weight benches, you know, the tubes, the hollow tubes. Remember those? And they had the vinyl thing, they leave marks on you, the little thin vinyl, and 110-pound cement, plastic with cement in it, weight set. He gets me Arnold's book. If you want to grow muscles, here you go. And so that summer, like, everybody, come on, let's go run around the neighborhood. I'm like, I got to do my chest and back today. That's what Arnold said. I stuck to that thing. And when I went back at 8th grade, I looked like a different kid completely. Something clicked that if I want something, I can have it. I don't have it now, I'm skinny. But if I seek out the way to do it and I apply myself, I'll get what I want. That's how I taught myself guitar. And when I started selling cars, that's what I did automatically. Most people didn't. They showed up and waited around. I was walking around with 3x5 cars, listening to good salesmen going, that was good, I'm going to steal that. How else do you make it? Nobody owes you a living and nobody's going to do this for you. That's why so many people fail. This is your own business within a business. It's fantastic. Okay, when you had your landscaping business, you had to have trucks, you had to have equipment, you had to have a business address, you had to have a computer, you had to have internet. You had a lot of expenses. And that's what, you know, those expenses were there whether you sold anything or not. Is that true? Here, we give you a building, a desk, a computer, give you inventory, pay for your internet. It's a no-risk business of your own. Isn't that cool? The problem is because we invest little, a lot of people invest little. In other words, we don't put any money in, we don't put any work in. We take it for granted. Does that make sense to you guys? This is a business within a business. I have a lot of service managers I deal with now. Guess where they started? On the lube rack, running to dealerships. Tons of them started on service stuff. Tons of dealers that I know started where? On the lot. Moving cars, cleaning cars. Tons of dealers, right? Apply themselves. Somebody say, hey, would you like to try sales? Sure, I'll try. Apply themselves. Hey, we need a manager. You want to be the manager? Sure, apply themselves. Next thing you know, hey, I've got some money saved. I'd like to be a dealer. That's how that all works out, right? Unlimited. But it's up to you. You're going to have to what? Act. Action means your daily actions out there in the lot, following your process. Nobody's going to make sure you do it. You got to. And action means seeking knowledge on a daily basis. You guys with me? Truett Cathy said this, and I can't think of anything truer. He said, I've never been in a room. So he did speaking before he died. He said, I've never been in a room. And he really spoke to troubled youth, young men. He was after, his heart was after these men that really didn't have any guidance in their life. And he said, I've never been in a room and said, who wants to be a success in life? And he said, everybody wants to be a success. The truth is, very few are willing to do what it takes. Jesus said the same thing 2,000 years ago in the parable of the sower and the seed. The seed is good, but not all the soil is good. Right? In other words, you have a chance to determine what soil you are and what you do. Most people can't or won't make that daily decision. Right? Last thing before we move on to introduction to sales, I want to let you know that success and excellence is a daily decision. Sometimes it's a minute-by-minute decision. Just like getting into shape. I use that because it's such a visual, so easy to understand. You can't say January 1st, I'm getting in shape and I joined the gym. You're going to have to say it again tomorrow when it's time to go. Right? That's why in January, the parking lot is full, and in March, it's empty again. People lack the ability to make the daily choices. We call it diligence. Doing the right thing over and over and over. Some call it discipline. Discipline's taken on a negative connotation. Discipline's good for you. I've disciplined myself to choose what I want, what I really want, over what I want this moment. Most people lack it. Statistically, in this room, 2 of you are going to soar and the rest of you won't. Statistically. But is it possible to be in a room with everybody in this room be one of the 20%ers? It is, isn't it? Everybody in this room could make a decision. And then when you wake up tomorrow, you have to make it what? Again. And bad things are going to happen and you have to make it again. Good things are going to happen, you have to keep your head level and make it again. It's a constant pursuit of excellence I'm trying to drive you to. Does that make sense to you guys? Any questions on this introduction to excellence?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
What was the name of your online training?
The Excellence Roadmap. Yes. And if you want to see a bunch of videos until, we'll get Honda on board. We've got a bunch of the Tomwood stores now. We'll get Honda on board. But if you want to see a bunch of videos before then, go to my Facebook page, Automotive Sales Coach. There's a bunch of free videos on there. Automotive Sales Coach. And we have YouTube videos on Automotive Sales Coach on YouTube. Right? And those are mostly, they're mostly non-sale related. They're more life related than they are on the YouTube. But if you could see a bunch of sales training on my Facebook, so like us on Facebook today, and we'll get make sure you have access to it. All right. Anybody else? Does that make sense to you guys? How is it? Does it sound great to work at a business that the better you are and the more you do, the farther you go and the more you make? And that's why you did your own business, right? Now you have that support without that thing. All right, so let's go into this sales. It says sell is not a 4-letter word. You know what? I've had a lot of people say, I'm not a salesman. I don't like to sell people. What's that mean? I don't like to sell people. I don't know what that means. That means somebody is thinking sales is like selling some swamp land, right? Right? You could sell snow to an Eskimo. In other words, selling in a lot of people's mind, the word sell means rip off, cheat, mislead, right? Like the Seinfeld video. Isn't that the kind of the connotation? So what is sales? And we're asking you to be a salesman and you to be a salesman. I don't care what your title is. If you're helping people make choices, you're a salesman. Right? I tell you, a salesman's job is to lead the buyer through the sales process until they feel comfortable buying. That's what your job is. To comfortably lead your guest through the sales process. Nice seeing you. Yeah, seeing you. Comfortably lead your guests. I would even add step by step through the sales process until they feel comfortable buying. Sales is about integrity, curiosity. And I'll tell you what else, Ed, it's creativity. Your ability to apply your training to this individual, not to people, but this person. Creativity, curiosity, and integrity. That's what sales is. Selling is simply helping people see your point of view and take action on it. Right? Now, the cool thing about selling service and selling cars is they came where? They came here. They chose us. Isn't that cool? I want to give you a quick rundown. And I don't know if we can make this. I don't know, Eric, can you maybe help me hold this up so I can get it close? If you guys can see this. We had kind of counted on this huge, this huge whiteboard. Let's see if we can hold it while I draw it up here. I don't know if I can do that or not. You see that arc you have there? I want to just show you real quick. Yeah, thanks, Chris. If you'd help with that, I'm going to draw this quick arc. We'll take like 5 minutes here. So we have our human whiteboard stands here. Two of the automotive sales coach executives are holding a whiteboard. All right. So we draw this arc. This is our sales process. I call it a Google map. What do you do with a Google map? You decide, I'm here, and I want to go to what? Here. And you put in those coordinates, and the map shows you how to what? And if you successfully complete the turns, where do you end up? How many of us travel without a Google map anymore? I don't. When we lose internet connection in the mountains, we're like, we don't even know where to go. Has anybody got a map? Some of the kids we play, 25, what's a map? They've never seen a fold-out map. I haven't used one yet. This is a Google map to the sale. So I want to tell you something. Your job is to guide your buyer through this Google map. Now, your buyer is the starting point, right? They just walked in. They just drove into the service lane. They just walked onto the lot. They just called in, or they're at your desk. The buyer is here. How'd they get here? Is it an accident that they're here? By the way, if they're here, they want to be here with this mess out here. True or false? You guys service my motorhome here, and every time it's a challenge to get in and out of here when I bring it. Mike Hume does a great job. Your buyer, statistically, for a car buyer, they've been online for 16 hours. Research, they've been in the market 63 days. They only shop 1.3 new car dealerships, 1.7 used car dealerships. So when they come in here, they what? Chose you. They want you and some service. Why they come here? To service it quick at somewhere else? No, they're here. They chose us. Isn't that true? They chose us. Now, we want to take our buyer and we want to end this with a sale. But can I tell you something? To me, the sale's not near enough. That's 1/3 of the job. I want to sell a car in a way that retains what? A fair profit. The better you are, the more you should get paid. True? I'll pay more to stay at a Hilton than I do a Red Roof Inn. And I get more, don't I? By the way, people long forget what they paid to stay at a nice hotel, but they always talk about how great it was, the bedding and everything. When they get a $49 hotel suite, they always complain about how dirty it is. Right? People who pay little get little and they're unhappy. People who pay more seem happier. Right? Okay. So our customers, by virtue of us doing a great job, pay more and they're happy. This is our goal. And can I tell you, I want to add one more thing? What good are loyal lifetime customers without loyal lifetime employees? Forget about it. You guys are the stars. There's no business here without you. You're the face-to-face every day with the future of this dealership. You are. They are going to judge us and this group, the entire group, by your interaction with you. The one. Isn't that crazy? What a great opportunity. Great opportunity. All right, I'm going to blow this down and I'm going to make it real simple. I'm not going to go through the whole sales process training. I just want to point out that we've divided this route. Like going to Florida, here I'm going to drive down to Louisville, then we'll stop there. I'm going to drive to Atlanta and stop there. It's kind of right. Break it down. And the first one is we want to sell ourselves, and that's build relationship and trust. Relationship and trust. Relationship and trust. Once I've established relationship and trust, I want to go out and help them find the right car. Now, let me tell you the 3 things you're going to do during the second part of the sale. You're going to build value in the car, desire for the car, and get a commitment to the car. And then, if they're happy with the car, and by the way, when I say car, service, when it's service, I'm going to walk out, I'm going to build relationship rapport with you. I'm going to walk you through the service process, and I'm going to end up having to probably sell you some services, right? This is working the numbers is when I create a win-win relationship. And if I'm smart, I'll do part 4, which is follow up and take care of you, and that is the sale is the lifelong relationship, okay? That's the sales process in a nutshell. Now, you guys are wondering, why did I draw this thing with, why did I draw it as a loop? Well, because I think at the beginning of the sales process, we're always going uphill. It gets easier as we go. Why? Because when buyers come in, they've always had this and they always will, they fear 3 things. You know what they fear? Buying the wrong car. This has been through some training. Paying too much, and what else? They don't want to pay too much. They don't want to buy the wrong car, and they don't want you pressuring or tricking them into doing it. They don't want a hassle, right? They don't want to be duped.
They want it to be their decision.
They want, yes, right? So when we walk out there and say, what's going on? How you doing today? It's funny, most of them don't say, hi, I've been online for 16 hours and shopping for 63 days. I've been narrowing it down. I chose you. You're a finalist. Instead, they say, oh, we're just looking. Why? Because of those 3 fears. You guys with me? They fear it in service, too. You know, the big expose, you guys probably went around 2020 and all those, they went to service departments and with one repair and got 3 different estimates. That's destroyed the world forever. Car dealerships and service. One dealership is $1,400, and they went to an intimate and like, oh, you need a $50 part, right? The same repair. But people don't trust. They don't want to buy service they don't need. They don't want to pay more for that service, and they want it to be convenient. They don't want to be hassled. They want it to fit their life. True? You guys with me? That's because of these fears. We need a plan, don't we? And our plan is build relationship and trust, build value, desire, and get a commitment, and then reach a win-win agreement. And then take care of them for a lifetime so they never go anywhere else. How's that sound for a plan? I need to do this because when I look in the mirror at night, I need to feel good about what I do. Making money will not make you happy. Trust me when I tell you. I had no money, no lunch money, and I rode the bus for 30 days selling cars. Thanks, guys. You can put that down, right? So I started making money. My first year selling cars, 21 years old, this is 1986, made $60,000. That's a lot of money in 1986 for a 21-year-old, right? But as I made first month $2,000 or $3,000, wow, that's a lot of money. Suddenly that wasn't a lot of money. Then I needed 4. Then I said, I can't wait till I make $100,000 a year. Right? Nothing makes you happy. The more you make, the more you spend. Trust me when I tell you. You're not going to chase happiness that way. We're not trying to be happy by making more money. Making more money is a result of being happy. It's a result of having a healthy pride in what you do. Making money is the result of your personal excellence. You guys with me? And then you're more likely, since you're not doing this for money, you got to get money. I'm not coming to work without getting paid. Don't get me wrong. But how I get paid is determined by how good I am. You guys agree? Yeah. For everything. In life, period. Doesn't matter whether you're a football player or you're a salesman. It don't matter. And it should be that way. I love the car business because it is. Okay, so here, I want to help you with this. I want to break down this process into 3 things. Connect, lead, and close. It's the simplest way I can bring the sales process to you. And I want to talk about connecting. What do I mean by connecting? Well, let me give you, Jordan, at the typical service counter, come up, typical service counter where service guy's up there, customer walks up, service guy, yeah, can I help you? Yeah, I'm here to get a recall done. Your name? The opposite of connecting. True? The opposite of connecting. It should be, how you doing today? Right? Connecting is about connecting, treating people with appreciation and respect and value. That's what connecting is. You with me? So we're going to walk through a scenario at the beginning of the sale or the beginning of the service on how to connect to the buyer. Okay? The first thing is, write this in number 1. The first thing is your head must be right. Get your thinking right. Best thing I ever heard, I trained for a company called Half Car when I was 30. Eustace Wolfington, the guy who created it, was a leasing company, by the way. All the Ford leasing, we trained Ford leasing at every dealer across countries. There's some leasing modules on the training thing there. You probably need more, but there's some on, you need to learn how to do the leasing your salespeople. But he said this, when he'd walk out to a customer, he always used to look at the customer and say, this guy doesn't know me, but I love him. He's going to love me, and he's leaving here in a car, it makes him happy, and he's going to be happy. He used to say that to himself on the way out. Sounds corny, but it works. Try having a negative attitude saying that. Here's how most salespeople, yeah, this guy looks like he's buried in. I wonder what he, yeah, right? True? We start size, at the service counter, we start looking at their face to determine their level of dickiness. Are they right? Are they nice? Are they bad? Isn't it true? We start sizing up and judging and putting people into a box. It's ridiculous because we're human and we all do it. It's our tendency. We suck. We all suck. We just want to suck less. Yeah. How do you suck less? Start with a better attitude, better thinking. Look at these people the way you should look at them, with love. Now, love isn't Cinemax love. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about love meaning I'm going to do my best to take care of you and serve you. Love being you deserve excellence, and I'm going to be the guy that delivers excellence today. Love being putting the relationship before the transaction, not the other way around. I went to shop for a new motorhome Monday, driving home. Why? I'm so tired of repairing my other one. Should I get a new one? I don't know. I walk in there. You want to learn, if you want to get sales trained, go shop for a motorhome and do everything the opposite. It's just that easy, right? They have absolutely no interest in you whatsoever. All they want to know is, are you ready to do something, yes or no? They put the transaction before what? The relationship. Just go shop for a motorhome and you'll realize this is the opposite of what I should do. It's fantastic training. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we'll walk out there with the right attitude. This guy's going to love me. I love him. He doesn't even know it. This couple's going to love me. They don't even know it. This young college student, she's going to love me. She's lucky she ran into me. I'm going to take good care of her. Listen, we're all self-talking all the time. Admit it. And it's either negative or positive. Right? You might believe what I say, but you're always going to believe what you say. Whatever you tell yourself, you'll believe. Be careful what you tell yourself. Be careful what you tell yourself. If you're always looking back at your mistakes and you always feel you're not good enough, where's your brain going to be? Not good, man. Yeah. I believe, whether you believe in science or you believe in God, you guys have unlimited potential. Unlimited potential. And you are not defined by your past mistakes. They simply don't matter. Just like tomorrow doesn't matter because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. But looking back, what's that going to do you? So many people are paralyzed through the things that have happened to them or the things they've done behind them that they can't look upon this customer with joy today and love. How can you give away something you don't have? How can you give it away? That's why I started this thing saying, you're thinking, what should you do every day to get your attitude right? I said you should write 3 things down. What are they?
Things that you're thankful for.
That's it. What if we all did that just every day? Now people say, well, I don't want to do that every day. Okay, whatever. I'm going to tell you, success is a daily thing. I don't want to work out every day either. I want to work out once a month. How's that going to work out? Or what if I said, I'm going to work out 8 hours today, not the rest of the month? How's that work out? See, it doesn't work that way. It's the diligent man that prospers, the person who can do the right things every day over and over. And it's not hard, it's simple. There just has to be a decision made. If I have the right mindset and I walk out there, will they feel it? If I have the wrong mindset and I walk out there, will they feel it? So you get your thinking right, number one. Number two, you got to have a great welcome. Most people walk out there with something like this. Looking at a car today? You might as well be wearing a plaid jacket and smoking a cigar. True? Don't focus on the car, focus on the person. Don't focus on the car, focus on the person. Same in service, right? When I look up to anybody, no matter where I'm at this dealership, I'm going to say what? How are you doing today? Right? And you can be freewheeling with this. I walk out to a bar. They don't like you to be close right away, most people. We used to walk out and shove our hand in their face, right? That worked 30 years ago. People loved handshakes. And you have to gauge your buyer. Sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not. But you got to gauge them. And I walk out all the time and say, how's it going today? Same thing. I've been walking up, people say, what's happening? All I'm trying to do is help them what? Relax. I'm a person, you're a person. I love you, brother. You're going to love me. I guarantee it. This is going to work out great. That's what I'm trying to convey. I'm not going to give you the words to say. I will give you some success models. And one of the easiest ways to say is, how are you doing today? If you don't have anything that you've got worked out, use that until something comes to your mind. And by the way, I don't say it the same way all the time because it's not about memorization, it's about transformation. In my mind, I know that they're nervous. They fear three things. I know they do. Buying the wrong car, paying too much, and being pressured. So I'm going to take that fear away. How? By showing interest in them. How are you folks doing today? Now, third thing, I like to make small talk if it's available. It's not always available, but if it's available, like today, you know what? I love this weather. Thanks for getting me out of the store. The weather has always worked for me. Sometimes a guy comes walking up with a Colts hat and said, hey, did you see who they drafted? I'm not going to stay on it long. Going to hit it and quit it. But build some rapport through some common ground. Weather is the simplest place to do that, isn't it? Very simplest place. So, then I'm going to ask him, number 4, how can I help you? How can I help you?
What was
3, small talk. Try to make some small talk if you can. First one, get your thinking right. Then have a good welcome. If there's opportunity, do some small talk. If there's not, how can I help you today? Right? How can I help you today?
What was 2?
2 is a good welcome. How you doing today? That kind of thing. So the first one is get your thinking right, right attitude. Second one is a great welcome, which might sound like how you doing today. The third one is if there's opportunity for small talk, make it. Fourth one is then offer your service. So how can I help you guys today? Right? Not can I help you, how can I help you? Big difference, isn't there? Yeah. In all our training classes, we're going to try to keep you from asking dead-end questions and asking questions that create conversation. Because it's not about asking a bunch of questions, it's about having comfortable conversation. Can't really get into all that right now, but you'll start to see that as you go through the training. We're having conversations. So the buyer, how can I help you today? The buyer says, I want to talk about the new Escape. I'd like to test drive this new Escape. Hey, do you have any of the leather cords available? Hey, I just want to talk about, I saw the lease on this, on the F-150. How's that work? Right? Doesn't matter what they say. You know what you're going to tell them? Write it down. I can help you with that. What are they looking for, by the way? Help. So what are we going to offer? Help. All right, Ed, come on up here. Ed's the buyer, and he's on the lot. I'm kind of fearful of him. He's bigger than I am, but I just said to myself, I love this guy. He's going to love me, and he's here for a reason, right? And I can help him. Yeah. He's smiling now, but he's probably not smiling out there, you know? Isn't it funny how people look so scary until they smile? It's crazy, the differences. Then you realize, hey, they're just people too. Right? All right. So I walk out to him, and I'm going to say something like what? How you doing today? Right? He's going to say, well, how can you not be in this weather, right? Exactly. It's fantastic. I'm so glad that heat wave is over.
Definitely.
It was brutal. Yeah. So how can I help you, man?
Come to look at a truck.
Fantastic. We've got an awesome selection of trucks. Sorry about with construction, they're everywhere, but I can totally help you. Come on, I'm David, by the way, and you're Ed. Pleasure to meet you, Ed. Have you bought a car from us before?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, okay, we'll do it right. I'll help to change it. So, how did you hear about us?
I just was out driving around.
Oh, good. So you must live in the area?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What just happened? Go ahead and give it a round of applause, right? Let me tell you what happened. I went out and connected with them, and then I took charge. What's the second thing? Connect and what? Lead. Let me show you how most salesmen do it, Chase. Come on up here. I'm going to tell you, now I showed you the right way. Let me show you the wrong way. And you say you're interested in trucks. So how can I help you today?
I'm interested in the truck.
Okay, so what do you want? Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive? Four-door, two-door, white, black, silver? What equipment you want? What? Let's go look at cars. Well, it's true. You're probably doing it now. It's okay. Until you're trained, you don't know what you don't know. Is that true? Can I tell you what? Go ahead and have a seat. Can I tell you what we're trying to do? Before I go out and show some cars, we said we have to sell ourselves. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get interested in him. Can I tell you, you need to know 3 things about people if you really want to have a relationship. 3 things. You need to know where they work, what they do for play, and about their family. Where they work, what they do for play, and about their family. Isn't that true? Do you know those 3 things about all your friends? Pretty much. Yeah. Now, what does somebody use their car for?
Going to work, going to play, hauling family.
Family. Isn't that true? Now, listen to this. People don't buy cars. They buy lifestyle. So, Jess, Harley, when they're coming to service their car, they're not coming for service on their car. They're coming to service on their lifestyle. Their lifestyle has just been interrupted. Are you happy when your life is interrupted? It's not the car they care about. It's what the car means in their life. Isn't that true? That's why our focus is not on the car or what they want or what they have. It's on who they are. You start with the person first. Make sense? People are dying for this in this virtual age, right? We've changed. Nothing's changed, but everything's changed. We've changed how we communicate. Used to be by phone. Now it's email, text message. True? We changed how we shop. It used to be driving from lot to lot. Now it's what? Internet, right? But I'll tell you what hasn't changed. People's need to be loved. What it means to be loved is need to be known, to be understood, to be valued. You guys follow me? They're not getting it. Are you getting it from the places you go? People show absolutely no interest in you. And you actually drop a hint about yourself, they won't even ask. Right, this. Yeah, I'm getting a car. My daughter wrecked a car. Okay, so what kind of car are you getting her? What did they just feed you? They fed you an opening and you talk about what? Their family. Isn't that amazing? I get this all the time in service. Yeah, I take my kid to college when you get all prepped for him. He's taking the car to college. Okay, so I can get you into tomorrow. What did they just tell you? I want to tell you about my kid in college.
I'm proud of my kid.
What should you say? Hey, rock and roll, congratulations. Must be very proud. Where's he going? Okay, when you going? So how far is he going to be traveling? All right, let's get this car ready for him so he has no hassles. How's that sound? You guys see the difference? You guys with me? Our training is helping you meet the number 1 need that people have. Who's on Facebook here? Raise your hand. I need you all to connect with us today. Most people are on Facebook. Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar proof that people want to be known. Look what I'm eating. Look where I'm staying. Look where I'm traveling. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Look at my kids. Look at my kids. Look at my kids. Right? Look at my friends. Look at who I know. True? In this world, we're more connected than ever and we're lonelier than ever. That's just fact. And when you go shop for something, you get indifference, don't you? You want to be a difference maker in service or in sales? How do you make that difference? You connect. And once you connect, you now have the ability to take charge and lead. And they will follow. Right? On service drive. So, come on up here, Harley. So you're driving in. Harley just drove into the service lane. Pull up. Here's your typical service experience. Harley drives up. Yeah. Can I help you?
Yeah, I need my oil change.
Okay. Go ahead and step out of the car. Let me get your typical experience. Sort of?
Not so much on the quick lane. We try and be as personable as possible.
Good. So what you do is flip it around.
So you drive up on
I drive
how's it
up.
going today?
It's going good. Perfect. Right?
Basically, so what brings you in? What can we do?
Need an oil change.
Need an oil change, wonderful. We can get that taken care of for you. So let me see. We got about 36
Okay, very good,
miles,
right?
girl.
Excellent. Good job. Have a seat, Harley. So it's the same thing no matter where you're at. Harley is saying, I want to connect. That's fantastic. Now, I go to dealerships every day. I never hear that. Even dealerships that say, this is what we do. I stand on the line, and what do I hear?
How can I help you?
Yeah. Why? Because it's busy. We're moving fast. We forget. They say slow is fast with people. If you want to move fast with people, slow down a little bit and do what?
The thing is, even when it's busy, somebody just wants to be acknowledged. Like,
That's all.
If you got a couple other people in front of them, just let them know, hey, I'll be with you as soon as I can. Go ahead, grab a seat, grab a coffee, blah, blah, blah.
It's a great tip.
They want to know that you've seen them, that they're there, they're important to you.
That's a great tip. Always let people know they're valued. One way you let them know they're valued is by acknowledging them. Being valued is what we call being loved, right? So here, we lead them, right? And so I want to tell you something. I want you to write down number 5. I think about number 5 with you. Let's say, what do we say? I can help you with that. And when I ask the question, have you ever, hey, okay, I totally help you with this service. Have you ever serviced with us before? Give me a yes or no. Yeah. Yeah? Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Let me go ahead and update your information. So, my name's Dave, and yours is? Pleasure to meet you. Have you ever bought a car from us? No. Well, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity. Number 5 is what? 2 words. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Is that 5 or 6?
I think it's 5. Maybe it's 6. Is it 6? 6. Thank you. Appreciate you. So what do we have before? Oh, yeah. I can help you with that. It was 5, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's read them off to him, Harley. What do we got? Number 1 is?
Head must be in the right place.
Yep.
Number 2, have a great welcoming.
Good.
Number 3, make small talk if available.
Good.
Number 4, how can I help you today?
Good.
Number 5, I can help you with that.
Good.
Number 6, thank you, I appreciate you.
Yes. Nice job. Good recap. Everybody up to date? Right? And once I say I can help you with that, that's where I take charge. They come in, all right, take me on a test drive. Yes, sir, follow me. See, with the control switch. Get me a table. Yes, sir, follow me. Isn't that a control switch too? When I go to a restaurant, I want them to lead me and guide me. I want to have a good experience and they're the pros. Now, if they don't take care of me, I'm going to take care of myself, aren't I? That happens at a lot of dealerships in the sales process and service process because a salesperson or service salesperson is not leading, and so the customer will what? Lead. And where they lead, we don't want to go. True? They're not happy, and we're not happy then. We have a path. We have the Google map. We know how to make them happy. But to get them on that path takes that connection, doesn't it? And in, what is that, 30 seconds? How you doing? Thinking right takes no time. You're walking out there anyway. Or you're looking up to think. How can I help you? Takes no time. Right? Beautiful weather takes no time. I could totally help you with that. Takes no time. Right? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. How long does that take? Let's see. Let's see if I have it here. What time we got there? Okay, we're almost out of time. Go to my Facebook page. You can, David Lowe. I'd love you to friend me on that if you have Facebook. But Automotive Sales Coach, most importantly. But if you go to David Lowe, there's an article there from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, talking about Chick-fil-A, please and thank you. And how their training has cemented that. I posted it yesterday morning when I read it. Chick-fil-A is soaring despite everything. They're blocked out of everything because they have views. And of course, it's not okay to have views unless you fit somebody else's opinion of views. They have views. They don't even open on Sunday. And they're soaring. This training is part of it. But I'll tell you, it comes down to that please and thank you. Man, thank you so much for coming here to look for a car. I appreciate that. What am I trying to do to your heart?
Get me to love you.
Yeah, I want to open your heart.
Just a little bit.
Why would you follow me if you didn't think I could help you? Or if you didn't like me? Did you guys follow me? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I totally help you with that. Have you bought a car from us? You have? Thank you for your business. We appreciate that. It's awesome. That's when I would ask, who do you normally buy from? Oh, he's not here anymore. Well, good. Can I help you out? Fantastic. So, do you live around the area? Small talk about them on my way to my desk. And you guys have studied Understanding Goals, who have been online, and that's where we sit down and learn what they want, why they want it, and who they are. I can't get into that today, but what they want, why they want it, who they are. Everybody knows what they want. A salesman knows why they want it and who they are, right? So you don't have all that time but they do give you opportunities to connect, don't they? I'm rushing off to work. Well, fantastic. Let's get you out of here as quick as can. Where you work at? One question, and they'll value you more. True or false? You like it there? Fantastic. Well, let's get you off there right away. Let me do a quick walk around with you. I'll get you put in the computer and I'll get you right. How's that sound? Gotcha. Right. Does that make sense? I can help you with that. Says, I got your back. And then, thank you, appreciate it, says, man, I value you, right? Now, last two ones, guys, that we have on there, I want you to actively listen. What does active listening mean?
Listen to gain understanding and not to respond.
Yeah. Active listening means paying attention to what they're saying, not just hearing what they're saying. And then use that listening to number 7, I think, or 8 might be. We're at 8, there's no number 8, but put it in there. Ask good questions. I like the question with the car, hey, how's everything going with your car? Just a general question, get them talking. Is there anything else that you have concerns about? Good question, right? Or what else can I look at while you're here, right? Good questions. What got you interested in that F-150? Good question. Not, what do you want, tall or short one, right? Right? It's the why. Those are good questions. And a lot of times my good questions will come from what I hear, especially when I'm talking about who they are. You guys with me? All right. Is it Michael or Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Mitchell, pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming. Chase, tell me something you learned today that will help improve your abilities.
I think what's really going to help me is that thing where you're like, I'm going to make them love me kind of deal, because I think that's a really interesting approach.
That's fantastic. Wonderful. Ed, how about you? I know you got a lot of information, but pick something.
Along the same lines, just having the mental attitude or realizing that it transfers.
Yes, it does transfer. They say attitudes are contagious. You know what else is? Confidence is contagious.
Exactly.
Right? Good.
What you write, Ike?
Is it Isaiah? Is Isaiah?
Yeah.
Okay, the extra A in there threw me. So, yeah.
I like that excellence is not comparative. And
Yeah.
I already live by that. I'm not trying to compare myself to somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to compare myself to what I used to be.
Yeah, it's excellent. In fact, in our intro video, we talk about that a little bit, I think, excellence, right? Did you get through that? Okay. Harley, how about you?
More or less just kind of the approach, how I come off across people, that very first impression is what's important.
It's important. Very good. How about you, Jordan?
Honestly, the success, taking it day by day, honestly, was like a real big thing. Rather than thinking, hey, I only have a month, to get so-and-so car sold, rather than, today I'm going to do my absolute best, take it one day at a time, rather than the full,
Love that.
Yeah.
If you look at the month, on the 20th of the month, if you got 4 cars out, you give up, which is ridiculous because sometimes you make your whole month in the last 3 days. But if you mentally quit, what's happening? But if you got 13 cars on the 10th of the month, you might slow down because you're way ahead. But if you come every day to sell a car, and as soon as you sell a car, you look for another car to sell every day, whether you win or lose, you go back. Great, that's a PowerPoint for you. You focus on that. And by the way, not just come to sell a car every day, but put your focus on securing one future appointment every day. So people say, how many calls do I need to make? How many emails I need to send? I don't know. as many as it takes to secure one future appointment. That's 22 a month. Plus your fresh ups, there's your month. Secure one future appointment every day, sell one car every day. That's great. Jesse?
I thought affirming with them that you can help them, put them, because I think, you know, if somebody's been somewhere else for service, they've had a bad experience, they may have some doubt that you're going to be able to do what they came in for, that you're going to take good care of them, so making sure that they know that,
Yeah.
I think is a big deal.
Fantastic.
You know, taking that doubt out of their mind.
Fantastic.
They're waiting on their car, they know that, hey, this guy's, you know, I trust him, he's going to be good.
Fantastic. I'm going to close with a story I had with one salesperson. She's a BDC sales rep for a dealership, and she's having trouble scheduling appointments. And they're saying, you need to help her with appointments. So I go to her and she goes, well, I can't schedule them because they only let me schedule at 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, not 10:30 or 9:30. So her first problem was what? Her thinking. You follow me? I can only schedule. So I said, why can you only schedule that time? I don't know. So that's a manager problem. Nobody told her what to do and why. So I had to explain to her how the scheduling or walk-in worked at that store. Oh, well, why didn't they tell me? Okay, so we got her thinking right. And then we walked through the call. People called in and says, I'd like to get my oil change at 1:30. Listen to her response. Unfortunately, we don't have anything available at 1:30. What just happened in your brain when I said the word unfortunately? Wah, wah, right? Do you know how hard it is? I can shut this computer off with one button and it's gone. You know how long it takes to reboot? Now, they're a lot faster than they used to be, but it still takes longer to reboot than it does to turn on. Is that true? Your customer's brain is a computer. Unfortunately, can shut it down. What if she simply said, thank you so much for calling us for service. We appreciate it. I can totally help you get scheduled in. I have a 1 o'clock and a 2 o'clock available. Which one works best for you? Can you see the difference in just one thing? You guys with me? What you do and how you do it matters. All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Thank you.